In his annual State of the Union address, the European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker called on the EU to promote the euro as a global currency to challenge the US dollar. Many Europeans identify the euro as one of the main symbols of the European Union, whilst for many companies in the region, the US dollar still stands for business as usual. In this episode of Real Economy, we are looking at how the euro can catch up to the US dollar.
More than half of all non-EU imports were invoiced in US dollars in 2016. At the same time, just a third of the goods brought into the EU was priced in euros. The three sectors the US dollar dominates are energy, raw materials and transport. When it comes to energy, over 80% of Europe's imports are priced in and paid for in US dollars, despite supplies coming mainly from Russia, the Middle East and Africa. That amounts to 240 billion euros over the last 5 years. The situation is similar when it comes to raw materials and the food commodity markets. In the transport sector, nearly all invoicing for aircraft manufacturing is done in US dollars. The picture is reversed for exports. Almost half the goods that left the EU 28 were invoiced in euros, while a third were invoiced in US dollars.
The European Commission study published in 2016 found that large firms invoice less in euros. In this case, small and medium enterprises should be more willing to use the single currency, right? Charlotte Kahn went to the port of Antwerp, from where lots of European goods are being exported worldwide.
It's one of the most famous Belgian exports, chocolate. Every year, the Belgian Chocolate Group produces over 8,000 tons in its factories, including this one in Holland, in the north of the country. The chocolates are sold in almost 100 countries.
More international euro would definitely mean more growth for our company and for other European companies, because it would make us more competitive to US companies, and it would also make the sales process much easier.
A fifth of the production is exported to Asia.
When trading with Asia, we always use euro. That's actually a company policy of ours because it makes it easier administration-wise.
In the European Union, about half of exports are denominated in the euro, while a third are in the US dollar. In the US, on the other hand, most exports are priced in the local currency.
What do the United States gain from the global use of the dollar? Trade would be a very important area in this respect. Invoicing trade in your own currency, of course, would help both importers and exporters, and would help medium and small-sized firms in particular. First, it would eliminate foreign exchange risk, and secondly, it would help them financially because trade credit, all sorts of funding in your national currency is more convenient.
Located on the estuary of Scheldt and covering an area of more than 13,000 hectares, Antwerp is Europe's second busiest port in terms of traffic of goods, and 11th in the world.
The port of Antwerp is the place where the Belgian chocolates, like so many other goods manufactured here in Europe, will leave their homeland in order to be shipped to the rest of the world. Now, if the single currency played a more international role, wouldn't Eurozone exporters benefit? In other words, wouldn't the whole of Europe enjoy more growth?
International role of the euro is measured not only by trade. Businesses and foreign governments are using the euro for issuing debt. By the end of 2017, over 20% of debt issuance on international markets was denominated in euros. And then there are international reserves of foreign central banks, where the euro represents around 20%. According to the latest report by the International Monetary Fund, the US dollar's share of currency reserves is going down, whilst the share of euros is going up. And joining me now on Real Economy on Euronews to discuss it is the European Commission Vice President for the Euro and Social Dialogue, Valdis Dombrovskis. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
What is behind this data in the latest report by the International Monetary Fund?
Actually, there are a number of factors in play. In any case, I think it's indication of the fact that despite its young age, and euro is only 20 years old, euro is already a successful currency and a strong global currency. And another factor which may be in play is also that we had seen lots of unilateral action from the US side in recent years as regards trade, as regards dollars-based transactions, and that also may may facilitate the shift towards euro.
In the latest communication, the European Commission states that completing the Economic and Monetary Union and the Banking Union would help to reinforce the international role of the euro.
Well, this is one of the factors. We see this more as a basis for then more targeted action. Because it's clear for euro to be strong internationally, first and foremost, it needs to be strong domestically. And that's indeed why we have an agenda on completing the banking union, completing the capital markets union, also proposals on how to strengthen the resilience of eurozone and euro area economies.
The European Commission has launched several targeted consultations trying to explore how to increase the international role of the euro in specific sectors. Would it make sense to introduce regulations and, in some sense, force businesses to do so?
Well, first of all, if we want to strengthen international role of the euro, I don't think we can force businesses outside Europe to choose euro. It's for businesses to make their decisions, and outside Europe they as well can choose dollars or local currencies, or basically it's their choice. So our approach here is not so much to change things through the regulation, but through creating the right incentives for market participants. And also for businesses seeing that they can actually rely on euro and that they may be protected by from unilateral actions as US is currently taking in a number of cases, and in a sense, if you want, even weaponizing dollars transactions as a tool of influence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching, and see you soon in the next episodes of Real Economy on Euronews.